Welcome to another episode of the House of Bricks Live. Travis McVeigh is a Marine veteran and founder of Heroes Vodka.
I was very honored to be selected as Marine Guard for President Bush Sr. And that's really when my life started to change. That's where I met my two best friends that inspired my brand. Thomas Rabjohn and Richard Gaston. He was an Indiana State Trooper, but he got killed in the line of duty shortly after he got out of the Marine Corps. A little bit later, Thomas was killed in Afghanistan, and that just took a big toll on me. I was just sitting in a bar thinking what I could do to serve again, and that's when I had this revelation of starting my own company, my own veteran-owned brand to give back and honor. We've been raising our glasses to our warriors for centuries. It's about time we had our own brand. I had a lot of what I call haters or people that said, "You were stupid, you'll never be able to do this." I'm talking about starting a vodka company, go up against Grey Goose and Smirnoff and all these great companies. But you never tell a Marine he can't do something. He's going to try and die doing it. My buddies gave their life for this country, and so many people have. The least I could do is try to start a business to honor that service and sacrifice that makes the American dream possible. My business attorney told me to talk to a person named Robert Libman, which has state permit #1 in Tennessee for distribution. I called him up. All they could do is say no, right? So I called him up. He said, "I've got 150 vodkas in my warehouse, but since you're a veteran, I'll give you 20 minutes. So I had to be prepared for that 20 minutes, and I was prepared. My passion, though, is what sold it, not my experience.
What was something that caught you by surprise?
Well, at first, we tried to expand too quickly. I learned very quickly I'm a very small fish in a very, very big ocean. And, they're war chest, and they don't quite bear it either. I work with the distributors, but they're also selling Tito's and Grey Goose and all the other alcohol brands out there. So it was been best for me to grow in Tennessee because if you can do it in your backyard, you can sell it anywhere. So we're pulled back a little bit. There's not very many small distributors left. So it's better if I can connect with those people and they take a personal interest in my story. We're doing a big contest right now called the Legacy Project. Go to our website and enter the Legacy Project. You can nominate your own hero, and then if they're selected, they get to choose the organization that we give back to next year. So we just need the veteran community, the first responder community, and all those that support American-made products to start. When I go talk to people, they tell me about their grandfather or their cousin or their wife or their boyfriend or just somebody they knew that served as a first responder, So those stories mean a lot to people. And to me, that's what having a glass of vodka or a bourbon is. You sit around with your friends and you reminisce about good times, old times, sometimes sad times, but we celebrate life and loss.
I keep this picture on my desk. My grandfather, he was in World War II, huge impact in my life. What I really like, what you said too, is there's meaning behind the vodka. There's a story. Entrepreneurs can tell stories, and people want to connect with a brand, with a mission. How can people get behind the Heroes Vodka mission?
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and share our content with people. Or if you have connections, people that own restaurants or bars or stores, people want a sense of belonging.
If there's a veteran out there now that has this business, what is the first step?
You make your own luck by working your butt off. To me, it's just working and studying all the time and creating that luck. I went to Small Business Administration, had a counselor there that was an old Korean War veteran. First, we talked about whiskey, then we talked about vodka. This vodka, you can make it today and sell it tomorrow. You don't have to age it like you do bourbon and whiskey. And that's where I got very lucky again, Robert Libman. About every bottle of alcohol that comes through Tennessee goes through his distributorship. So I knew he was the expert, the investor that I needed. So luckily in that first call that I spent 2.5 years of getting ready for, when I made it, I was ready. And I went to his office. I put everything on the line there, and he brought in his vice president, which was a Vietnam veteran, to get his take with it. And that's what sealed the deal, is that moment right there. And he put up the starting costs and all that stuff for it, except for the original $100,000.
It's increasing your luck surface area, right? The more times you're visible, the more people can see you, the more conversations you have. And that's been kind of the secret to my success, is just meeting the right person at the right time, in the right place for the right reason. What's the most meaningful thing that you think you've accomplished with Heroes Vodka?
We've already given back over $250,000 in cash. We also work with Team RWB, the Night Stalkers Association, and then the Legion Fund, which is a local Green Berets here close to Nashville. Imagine with the size of some of these other brands like Tito's and Grey Goose and Smirnoff, what we could do. I mean, we could do a lot, but we're still doing a lot with a little, but that's what the Marine Corps teaches you to do. We're kind of that price point right around Smirnoff, just below Tito's, but you have an award-winning vodka that's just as good. So what's 7 gold medals, 6 silver. You're going to love the vodka if you try it. You're going to love the story.